Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Diffusion Digital. This time it's the summer 2021 edition. For those of you that have been to some of these before, you'll already know that this is our quarterly conference where we celebrate the progress of our latest accelerator graduates, a cohort of 10 startups this time, the amazing progress that they've made, but also celebrating the wider progress of our kind of collective ecosystem of startup founders, protocols, investors, and of course, corporations that are all rushing into the space to adopt this wonderful Web3 technology that we're all contributing to. So we've got 2 days of awesomeness, panels, fireside chats with some amazing folks as ever. This time we've got Filecoin, IPFS, Axie Infinity, Sandbox, Epic Games, Artifact, Vogue Business, Decentraland, Animoca, Lightspeed Ventures, HTC, Microsoft, and that's just a few of them. This edition is called Building the Open Metaverse. That is both to reflect the current cohort, but also the direction of travel for us at Outlier and our ecosystem as we increasingly begin to see Web3 through the lens of the metaverse. So we believe there's never been a more important time to pause, reflect upon what the metaverse is, the direction of travel that we want it to take, and really debate and try to define where it is and what are the principles that we want to see within it. And I think this is especially important given Facebook's recent announcement this week that they are transitioning to become a metaverse company. Of course, this isn't a new thing. I think this is something that they've been doing for some time, but that really forces us to create some urgency around defining what the metaverse is, why it should be open, and to make sure that we don't sleepwalk into the dystopias imagined in things like Ready Player One, where it's effectively captured by a handful or a singular corporate entity. So we're big believers that this Web3 stack that we've been all contributing to for the last decade, both its technologies and principles around the sovereignty of identity, data, and wealth, serve as a critical operating system and blueprint for how we want the metaverse to become. We call that the Open Metaverse. And beginning part of this year, we released a paper and a thesis called the Open Metaverse OS, which is how Web3 can become an operating system. And this will really help us avoid this kind of process of capture and control by these handful of corporations. So the next couple of days, you're going to be joining us in exploring the theme of the Open Metaverse with some of its most exciting innovators, founders, and practitioners across both DeFi, NFTs, virtual worlds, gaming, digital fashion, DAOs, and all the forms of governance that that brings, as well as many, many more things. So we've got an action-packed agenda, including game creation in the metaverse, scaling in the metaverse, scaling fashion in the metaverse, scaling the avatar economy, making digital identity more inclusive and accessible, and expanding play to earn into mobile. Again, this is just a handful of some of the panels that we're going to be addressing over the course of the next 2 days. Quick kind of call to action for those of you that are dialing in. So Outlier Ventures is effectively an accelerator. We are the world's first, only, and premier dedicated accelerator to the Open Metaverse. We've helped over 70 startups now raise $130 million in seed capital in the last 18 months alone. We do that whether it's a bear market, a bull market, and we're quickly accelerating to 100 startup portfolio by the end of fall. And many of these have gone on now to contribute to over $1 billion networks. And we do that through an amazing co-investor network of over 1,500 co-investors, including tier 1, 2, 3 VCs, dedicated crypto native to incumbent VCs that are moving into space, as well as community pools. The accelerator is really focused on providing customized entrepreneur mentorship, but also bespoke Web3 expertise and support alongside some amazing partners. And so really happy to announce that we're going to be working with several protocols this year alongside our protocol agnostic accelerator, including Filecoin, Polkadot, and soon to be announced Polygon. So there's a bit of alpha there for you. If you are at all interested in any of that, I highly recommend you go to outlierventures.io/basecamp and apply. You can do a very basic application, and we can come back with some more qualifying questions. We are live recruiting for our next cohort. Actually, we're going to be running 3 cohorts in parallel, our agnostic one, and then some of these ecosystem specific ones. So if you are working in Web3, DeFi, NFTs, and the Open Metaverse, make sure you apply. So thank you for joining us. I believe we're going to move over to our first fireside chat, which is DeFi Summer a year on, with myself and Andrew Keys. I believe there will be a smooth transition. So I think it's going to be in another room, so I'll see you there. Or maybe not. Maybe they're just going to pause it on me and I can do it all myself.